My name is Bitten Jonsson. I'm a sugar addict, and I've been since I was about 45 years old. I'm a nurse and also been working for 24 years and met more than 6,000 patients that have told me very touching stories about their battle with food. This video series will be about sugar addiction, what it is, what you do if you have it, how can you recover. And in this first video, we will be talking about what is sugar addiction. Well, at a conference in US, I was listening to Mark Gold, one of the most prominent researchers on is sugar and flour really a psychoactive drug, which means that it can affect your reward system. And he said, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it is probably a duck. Every day, I get 2 or 3 emails from people that tell me that, can you please help me? I'm eating myself to death. I can't stop. I know I shouldn't eat these things, but I can't stop. What's wrong with me? Am I crazy? Why am I such an unnormal, bad character person? Well, if this happens to be you, you're not, I promise you. For many years, I could wake up in the morning and feeling really tired, restless, listless, and down, and I didn't understand why. Many years later, when I had the knowledge and the research backing that up, I understood that it was the morning after an evening when I had binged on sugar and flour, on the carbs. So sugar addiction is real. It is not something that you imagine. And if you have a loss of control over certain foods, that is a really big problem and it can affect your life tremendously. And if you look at the reward system, when we feel happy, when we might get a new job, have you ever been in love? You know that is a very potent feeling and you feel really perked up, you feel happy, you feel joyous, you're not really tired, you don't have a lot of pain and aches. And I'm telling you, when that happens to you, your brain is flooded with dopamine and endorphins, a lot of neurotransmitters in your brain. And this is what we mean when we talk about a psychoactive drug. Something that is psychoactive has the power to change your neurotransmitters in your brain. And who could believe that sugar could do that? Well, we thought about it for many years. We saw people acting in that way. I've never met a person that will hide, sneak, lie, and steal fish, boiled cod, cucumber. Can you imagine that? You start laughing when you think about it. But people are doing that with sugary stuff, with chocolate, with ice cream, with cakes, cookies. You hide the wrapper in the garbage can. You don't want anyone to see what you were really eating. And it's food. You should be able to handle food, shouldn't you? Well, if you look back more than 60 years, the kind of stuff that's in the food today was not there. It wasn't so much processed foods. It wasn't added sugar and everything. I used to ask people that are my age, around 60, and I said, when you were a kid, did you have a jar of sugar in your house? And they all said, yeah, we did. But do you have it now? Does young people have a jar with sugar in their house in the kitchen cabinet? No, they don't. How come? Why don't you have a jar with sugar today? Well, it is because sugar is added into almost everything you buy, everything you eat today. So 85% of sugar you get into your food today from eating what you think is regular food. So sugar has the actual property of, changing your brain chemistry. So does it mean that anyone that eats sugar is a sugar addict? No, it doesn't. We know today from a lot of research that if you have a sensitive reward system, that's what's causing, some people to become addicted to it. And addiction, the word addiction comes from the Latin word addicere, which means to be enslaved. It means losing control. Something else is ruling you. And that's what's so unpleasant with sugar addiction. It is not you who is running the show. You're like a missile. You're locked on target. And once you get into being hooked on sugar, you will do almost anything to eat it. And if you listen to people telling their stories, you can see that it's very, very potent drug. People steal to get sugar. People lie about it. People get tremendous consequences. I mean, being overweight is not fun. It's very painful. It's very unhealthy. And still, people want to lose weight, but they still keep eating and gaining weight. So the outcome is not what you want it to be. And that is one of the signs of an addiction. I want to lose weight, but I keep eating and gaining weight. And then something is very wrong. You're not a bad person, believe me. You're not psychologically sick. You have a very, very potent changed brain chemistry. And that is from a lot of processed food that we have in our grocery stores today. And that's really sad. So if you really want to learn what this is all about, dare go into having a diagnosis. Don't stay at home and hide and feel ashamed of something that you can actually do so much about. If you can relate to any of those things that I told about, please keep listening to the videos coming where I'm going to explain why this is happening to you and what you can do about it.